Now, as football continues to have a fair share of support at the Montego Bay Sports Complex, other disciplines like track and field have had to be searching for a home outside Montego Bay. But according to businessman Epstein, plans or there's light at the end of the tunnel.
It has been 7 years since the last track and field event was held at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. That's 8 years after the stadium was opened. The closure of the track came after it was deemed unsuitable to host any form of athletics. Promises were made for the refurbishing of the track since 2018, but to date, it has all been that, promises. However, after a bidding process in 2024, businessman Epstein was chosen to manage and operate the facility, which has left many seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. But there is still a piece of business to be done.
We are in the final stages with the municipal corporation. They're doing their final assessment to send it off to the ministry so that we can get the lease and sign everything, and we're good to go from there. I project probably another 3 to 4 months until that's done and dusted.
That will then give the Montego Bay Multisports Development Limited, which is headed by Epstein, the responsibility to take on the work that many have been waiting for.
So the first thing is continue to maintain the pitch, number one, and bring that to international level. Number two is to upgrade the lighting and then to rehabilitate the track. One of the biggest things is we want to see Western Relays back here in Montego Bay.
But the most important question that many are asking is, when will the track be back in place?
Well, I mean, if I had a crystal ball, I could tell you an exact date, but I would say before the end of 2026.
According to Epstein, a costing to refurbish the track has already been done.
The initial bids that we've been getting so far is about $600,000 US to resurface the entire track.
Epstein, who is also the owner of Montego Bay United, says getting the track ready is major for him.
A lot of people look at it and say, oh, is Montego Bay United behind this thing? They're only going to redo the football and the this and the that, and I'm not going to worry about the track. No. I'll tell you, you ask me if I'm a football person, I'm actually a track and field person first. In high school, I used to run 100, 200, and 4x100, and I was one of the few private school teams in my day to go to Gibson Relays and win the 4x100 against the public schools. So track is something that is in my DNA.
But the stadium will not only be confined to track and field and football.
But outside of just the bigger meets, you have to think about how you're going to generate revenue on a day-to-day basis. So we're going to also be building, pickleball courts, a swimming pool, because that's a big part of what's missing here in the West, and then some small side 20 by 40 meters, so like 7 versus 7 turf pitches that we can rent out and people can play football at night time. And Montego Bay is missing that type of regular entertainment and ability to play football, and we feel that Catherine Hall needs to not only be about big events, but it needs to be about small everyday events as well.
There are also plans to improve on the 7,000 seats at the stadium. Renardo Brown for TVJ Sports.